After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everyone, welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast, episode 157. It is June 1st, 2015. Who'd have thunk? Before we do any welcomes, we do have Davina here today, as you see. We had a surprise package in the mail from Jules9, who is Julie. It was very much of a surprise, and it was for Davina. What'd you get, Davina?
I got this. Now, do you know what the pattern is, kiddo? It's a Zuzu's Petals, but I don't know what brand the yarn is. But I want to say thank you to Mrs. Meyer. Is it Mrs. Meyer? Mrs. Meyer for sending this to me. I don't know if it's a birthday present or not, but it's very beautiful.
And we love the colors. They're perfect for Davina. We did see it. Julie, we had to go reverse engineer who you were because you didn't put your RAV name on. So we had to go look up the picture. Thank you so much for thinking of Davina. This is absolutely gorgeous. She loves it.
She wanted to wear it outside right away, but it's too hot to wear it outside.
It's 80 degrees.
Oh, I have something to say to Mrs. Sotero and to Mrs. Ewing. I'm sorry it's taking me for me so long to send you something, but I have to address the envelopes and get them sent off to the post office. And this is Ms. Heidi. I'm in the middle of something for you, and I will do something for you, Mrs. Meyer.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put this on pause. Davina's very excited about her Zuzu's Petals, and we will be back with our regularly scheduled episode.
Program.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast, episode 157. It's still June 1st, 2015. It is Monday, and it is about 2:30 or so in the afternoon, at least while we're recording. It's very warm here in Virginia right now.
Which means it's a perfect time for a hot cup of tea.
Of course. And we'll get to that in a minute. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you with us.
Hook. Sorry, I couldn't find my hook.
And that is my problem. How?
Hook.
Get that away from my eyes.
It's not even near your eyes. It's near your hair.
Ah! Keep your hook to yourself.
Did you introduce yourself? I don't think we introduced ourselves
to that
earlier.
point, but you are a pain in my neck. I am Marlisha, also known as All Patient Lady Furnico. And almost everywhere on the internet, and also as Shadowlight or Shadowlight 1 on our writer's site, on my writer's site, or Marlisha. It's very warm,
I can't
cold.
say if I'm
I
hot
can't
or
either.
cold.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and that is
Franciscan Gypsy,
also known as
Talia.
Pain in the neck.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
See, I love you so much, and there's no appreciation.
None.
And I'm having an incredibly bad hair day.
You should have brought a hat.
I should have. I think when I do a pause to stir my tea, a hat might come forth.
Who are you also known as?
I really am just known as Franciscan Gypsy.
Okay. We do have several new members who joined the group officially. Yay! We're inching closer to 500.
I know, it's really exciting.
And that means special prizes.
So if you have not already joined officially in the Ravelry group, please do so.
Yeah.
We don't bite.
We don't bite
most of the time.
And yeah, we have our shots, most of them. But anyway, we do.
The important ones.
Yes.
We think.
We have. We do have several new official members. We have new to this 95823, who is Azizi, which I love that name because it reminds me of a sissy. Yes. And it's pretty.
And we mean the place like Italy.
Italy, yes. It's very pretty. The name is very pretty, too. We have Knitting Noodles, who is Charlene.
That is
when
fun.
I saw her name, all I could think of was knitting needles with like spaghetti noodles.
Right.
It made me laugh. We have Michelle UK, who is Michelle. I'm assuming she's in the UK. Ange in the East, who is Angela. Hello, Angela. We have a runner bean, who is Catherine, and I found out she's a runner, so that's where the runner comes from. And a runner bean makes me think of I think there's a string bean that's called runner beans.
I think there is as well.
And then we have a new member who's called Lunch.
Sorry for the noise.
Lunch.
Just lunch?
Lunch. I couldn't find her name or his name, and it
That's
made
hilarious.
me giggle. It made me hungry too. So, welcome, Lunch. We have Kendrax, who is Kendra, and she just made it into the under the wire she joined just before I put my notes in. And she has a podcast as well. It's a New to Me podcast. I think she has about 13 or 14 episodes. I have, Kendra, I have subscribed to you. I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but I do have you on my queue of things to watch. And she, I think, is primarily crochet.
Oh.
So that's kind of cool. And I looked at her profile. I believe she's only just started crocheting like a year ago. So I think she's one of these who jumps in feet first. Makes me happy.
I don't know any people like that.
No, not at all. So we are very glad to have you all join us officially. If you're still lurking in the shadows or just kind of playing around the edges of the playground, please come and join officially. We'd love to have you, and then you can join our Cows and be eligible for prizes.
But at this time, while we have finished introductions, go grab yourself something hot to drink or cold, whatever your druthers. I need to get a hat, and I want to put this on pause so you don't...
You're a hat in a cat. No, you're a cat in a hat. You're a chat in a chapeau. You're also an elgato in a sombrero.
Ole! 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 Ole!
We need to really go.
Okay, so...
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
After this commercial break. And
all right, we're back.
Okay, there shouldn't be any more interruptions unless my husband comes home, and then you'll hear the alarm go off.
Oh, I forgot my water. Unless there's a desperate need for tea.
Okay, now, hopefully not, because we don't have time to drag this out.
Right.
Before we go any further, under promotions, we have closed, you may have noticed that I closed the thread for the Designer Crochet Along book. This book, we had a wonderful response to this. We had, I think, 32 or 33 people enter. So I put in the numbers 2 to 32 or 33, whatever it was, into the random number generator, and the name that came up was number 15, and that's Jennifer J. 2010. Jennifer, you need to contact me when you see this and let me know what your address is so we can send this to you. It's on here. And send it to you, and if we will give you a month to get back to us, because like a lot of the other podcasters are doing now, it's too hard for us to keep up with going back and tagging people repeatedly.
Yeah, we'll tag you the very first time.
We'll ear burn you in the thread, and then we will say it on the podcast. You'll have a month. If you do not get back to us within a month, then it'll either go back into the prize pool, or
in this case
we'll redraw.
Yeah.
So Jennifer J. 2010, please contact me, okay, with your full name and address, and as soon as we have that, we will get this for you. We will get it from Amazon, so it will not be coming from us. It will be coming from Amazon. Okay, and that's, I want to do that. Now I'm going to be out of frame for a second here. Okay. Now, oh gosh,
I have it, Mom.
Scared the heck out of me.
I have it. I just wanted to prevent a tea accident.
Okay, yeah. All right, so congratulations, Jennifer, and thank you everybody else for entering into that contest. Jennifer was cute because she said, "I wanted everything." So
make everything.
Make everything, yes. Crochet everything, yes. Okay, so you have until July 1st, Jennifer. Okay. Before we get into the autism awareness, I was contacted by B-Wing, who is Brittany, as you probably well know, because we mentioned her enough. Her Comforting Crafts group is having monthly challenges now, and June's challenge is going to be focusing on the prison ministry. They would like dishcloths for their homes, and also special hats and scarves. Focuses on adult sizes for men and women. And if you want more information, you can contact Brittany. We will have a URL address in the thread. I've sent it to you in my show notes.
Okay, good.
So, or just talk to Brittany herself and find out more about it. But this sounds like a very worthwhile cause. You don't have to do it.
But if you're interested.
But if you're interested, I think it's something.
Kenneth might be interested.
Kenneth might be interested.
A few people that he's the first one that comes to my mind.
Yeah, Kenneth. People like Daniela and stuff like that who are interested in charity kind of things. I know you all are, but some have a specific affinity for hats and things like that. So you might want to take a look at that. That's just saying. So that's the June challenge for B-Wing.
Before we run into autism awareness, what's in your mug?
My Thai tea.
And I have actually...
She has actually in her cup.
It's called Bengal Spice. I've had this tea for a while, and it describes it as a sort of chai. It's
A quasi-chai.
This adventurous blend is our caffeine-free interpretation of chai. So they suggest you use it with milk and sugar for the true chai experience. I decided not to do it with milk. A lot of times chais are too weak for me. So I didn't add any milk to keep the strong, spicy flavor, and I really like it.
Okay. Into autism awareness?
Into autism awareness.
Okay, autism awareness. We have 3 co-hosts for our lovely autism awareness, which is 2/3 over. We have 1 more month.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's somebody had said something. I think it was T Plays Nice, Tracy. She had said that she hasn't had a chance to make anything, but I know she's doing Summer Lovin'. And if you're doing something bright and you're in Tracy's group and you're doing it for Summer Lovin' and it's bright, go ahead and double dip with us. That's fine.
For example, Denise, that really bright yellow
she's
shawl.
She's planning on doing that. Yeah.
Which is lovely, by the way. I love that color.
Mm.
Just saying.
So, getting on to the co-host, Jana Fools, who is Emily from Fibertown Podcast, is one of our co-hosts. I have Kitty Girl on here. Nitty Girl, who is Heidi.
Not Kitty Girl.
No. Heidi of Undead Yarn is also a co-host, and Heidi is also the person who developed the Autism Awareness Colorway for 2015. It is gorgeous.
Heidi is probably the one of us who's most up to date with the autism stuff as a professional.
Emily's pretty up to date too. She's a speech pathologist as well, but she doesn't. I don't think she's currently working.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And then there's Nikki 18229, who is Nicole from Nicolo's World Podcast. And so those are our 3 co-hosts. If you want to win prizes in the groups, you need to be a member of the group to which you are entering to win the prize. So in order to win a prize, you have to be a member of the group. You can quadruple dip if you are a member of all 4 groups.
Indeed.
Okay, projects must be knitted or crocheted. At this point, we're not accepting spinning or dyeing or anything like
There
that.
are different rules for different groups.
Right. They're essentially the same, but there are differences.
Just make sure you're aware of the rules for the specific
groups. I know Emily and I believe Heidi as well accepts spinning and weaving and dyeing and all that kind of stuff. Okay. This is why we go over.
I think that's no, it's not Clancy's. No, it might be a Clancy song.
Hi King?
No, it's I think it's Macon Brothers.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get out Natalie's corner for you.
It's too far away.
We can manage.
Anyway,
We'll
manage it.
Yes, it will be managed. Okay. The projects must be knitted or crocheted. They should be approximately 75% brightly colored. We're not going to be nitpicky about it. Use your judgment. We trust you. It can be started at any time during the year, and it can be finished whenever you finish it, but it must be worked on somewhere in between April 1st and June 31st. 30 days of September?
Yeah.
June 30th.
Yeah.
June 30th.
We did this last time too.
I can never remember how many days unless I go through it. Okay.
I think Kay had to do that.
Yes, she did. One of them did. 1 WIP post per project per week, and your FO whenever you finish it. We have 3 ways of getting 2 chances to win a prize for a finished object. One is to do either of George's autism awareness patterns, his 2014 Braided Bright or his 2015 Rainbow Round Cow, Round of Rainbows Cow. I never can get it right.
It's pretty.
They're both beautiful. Those will get, if you make those patterns, you will get 2 chances to win a prize for that finished object. The same if you make anything out of Heidi's Autism Awareness colorway, Heidi's Undead Yarn, or if you use Victoria Blue's Autism Awareness mitts. Okay, those.
And I know that Valeria is
working on that. Yeah,
is working on that.
So you have several ways of possibly winning, having 2 chances on one.
But it's only for the finished object.
Only for the finished object. of those particular prizes. We have a gazillion prizes. It seems like, yes, we have a gazillion prizes, which is awesome.
And we aren't going to run through them all.
We're not going to run through them all, just the people who did it. Anastasia Zattel, Silver Shed, Kiki Boo Bags, who's Denise from
Knitting Den.
Knitting Den, Debbie Jackson, Heidi from Undead Yarns, Packy Knits, well, we bought it from her, Skano, and Emily Fibertown, and Abby Designs. So we have a lot of donators.
Yes, we do.
It is amazing. This makes us really happy and excited because we love giving things back to you guys for all you give to us, and for all just all the, you know, when you say that you like watching us, we love hearing from you.
Yes.
And so it's a give and take.
And we're doing a little better by keeping up in the thread.
Yes, well, for 1 week anyway. Woohoo!
I did it for 2.
Yes, I'm all caught up in the thread. Well,
did too.
I was all caught up in the threads. I think Amanda Jane is the culprit this time. Did I answer you, Amanda? I don't remember.
I didn't remember
I
seeing that.
got caught up. I got all caught up with Undead Yarn. With YouTube comments too. So
I need to catch up with Lear because she commented in
I do too.
the mug thread.
I did contact her there, but
And the mug thread has kind of become our chat thread.
Yeah.
So
it's another.
Not bad.
It's kind of like a tea shop.
yeah.
A tea/coffee shop where you do your knitting and crocheting.
Yeah.
Think of a Parisian cafe or something.
Does
Or
that be
British
Paris?
pub.
Yeah,
British.
British pub.
We
Let's do
want
British pub
Brit-
instead.
Yeah, Kay, get back to us and tell us where a good place. Kay or Tilly or somebody, get back to us and tell us where a nice place is. To have a, I would like to do the one maybe in
Bedford?
Walsingham. There's a little place in Walsingham near the shrine where we used to sit and have tea.
Did we used to have hot chocolate?
Mm-hmm. Well,
with
you guys
kids?
you used to have always the hot chocolate wherever we went.
Yeah.
But some awesome little tea shops there. Okay. The autism awareness, as I said, is about 2/3 over. You do have another 4 weeks or so. Well, yeah, today's the 2nd. No, today's the 1st. So you have a full 4 weeks still to finish, or not to finish, to work on your projects and get them in. Some of them are absolutely amazing. I have been very much enabled by what I've seen there. So thank you very much. I think Taya has a few things to say. That she's been doing that class that she has. I haven't had the chance to see it, so she's going to talk about that.
I picked up through someone that does continuing education for, well, they do it for nurses, they do it for therapists, and I believe they do it for educators. And I can't remember the name of the site. If you're interested, message me about it. But there's this video set that I picked up more for my interest, but it actually can count for continuing education for me as well.
That was
which
a bonus.
A bonus. It's a video set called Autism and Asperger's by Anthony Atwood, PhD. And
those of you who are in Great Britain might know him. Right?
Yeah,
He's British, isn't he?
He is British.
Yeah.
He's very good. He's very up to date. It was put out because I checked the year because I was like, this could be outdated and I'm watching this, but it was released, I think it was last year, so it's really recent. He was talking about some of the things that, okay, so Davina has Asperger's, but on top of it there's also developmental delays, so some of the things,
Among other things.
yeah, some of the things that some things do apply, but they might be more extreme for her or slightly different because of the other diagnoses. But he was talking about he talks about all the autism spectrum, but he focuses a lot on Asperger's. And he was talking about the different reactions that you'll commonly see. He was talking about children in particular for this section, although he talks about children and adults, which is useful. He was talking about different kinds of reactions to people. That you have the group of kids that'll stay apart, where they're like, oh, I don't really get that social reaction, so I'm just not gonna deal with it. I don't really care. I'm gonna play here by myself. Then he was talking about the ones who don't really get what's going on, but they really want to be involved. So they just sort of burst on in and try to interact and just end up coming across as overbearing and
Odd. And
yeah, because they aren't reading the social cues.
or they're reading them superficially.
Yeah. And then he was talking about a third type. He says this is usually for the girls, although he'll sometimes say it for the boys as well. is really sit there and observe and be like, okay, everyone in the group, and Davina does a little bit of this. She does a little bit of the second group I talked about and a little bit of the third group, where you're just sort of watching and be like, okay, there's this group of girls, everyone seems to like pink, so everything is going to be about pink. I'm going to just wear all pink, 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 pink. They all like Barbies. I'm going to get 100 Barbies.
Because you can't do it in moderation.
No.
It has to be obsessive.
And he was like, they all seem to like Bridget over there. So I'm going to be exactly like Bridget. I'm going to talk like Bridget. I'm going to act like Bridget. I'm going to even change my name to Bridget. You know, that kind of... He says that those are the ones who are like that. First of all, they tend to get a little more exhausted because it's a lot more work. But they also are the ones who can tend to be psychologists, or the ones who might go to be doctors, because they're very observant and they pick up on things.
See, that's got to be almost a little more high functioning, because you're putting yourself, sort of trying to put yourself in somebody else's shoes.
Well, it's not talking about, it's the way you describe it is you don't necessarily understand, you just observe very well because you focus so much energy into the observing. Right. He doesn't say that it's second nature to you.
Right.
It's a honed talent.
But see, you can't. But most.
And remember, we're also seeing it through a different lens because Davina has other things involved.
But this is what I've read though. They don't, and I've noticed with a lot of the spectrum is that they cannot put themselves in other people's shoes. It's not learning. You cannot. They can learn to know what, like you're saying, what it should be, but it's not something that's intuitive for them.
Right, and that's what he was saying. Because he was describing it as a study, as a sitting there and observing.
Because if you just put them in there and have no cues to base it on, they won't get it.
And actually, it leads in very well into the next.
Well, I did want to say something about Davina though, because she does a lot of the first one. That's what she does when she has her drawing. Right. And she just she does a lot of the first one. She's had enough. She's exhausted. It's too much work. It's too much trouble. She sits down. She opens up her drawing pad. She opens up her writing pad, and she zones.
And he was actually talking a lot about the creative outlet is very good, and that you'll notice this especially with teenagers. At first you think it's just them being a teenager, but you have the teenager come home, go straight up to the room, because in their room where there's no social interaction, they don't have Asperger's.
They need to decompress too, I bet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, I have the perfect cure for Asperger's.
Because
he's like, just don't have to interact with anybody.
Yeah.
And so they don't have Asperger's when they're not with anyone else.
Because if a normal person like my husband,
he calls them neurologically typical.
Okay, that. My husband, we used to be on Bolling Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. The Pentagon was 5 minutes away, give or take. My husband would get home in an hour and a half. He did not say hello. Well, he'd say hello, and then he'd go upstairs and decompress for about 15-20 minutes because he was so stressed. If that's someone who's neurologically typical, multiply it for, double it or triple it or whatever for someone who doesn't get the social. It's so difficult to read the cues.
And they were taught. That leads into another point where he was saying that they would have kids or teenagers. The example he gave in particular was a 16-year-old. Keep track of, okay, these are the things that are deficits on my energy, and these are the things that energize me. And one of the things that this girl gave was, Mom is mad. Mom doesn't even have to be mad at me. Mom is upset, and they can feel. He said a lot of the people who have who are on the spectrum seem to be particularly sensitive to negative vibes. And then he apparently inserted a picture of Brian Wilson because he just likes the Beach Boys.
Okay.
Good vibrations.
Gotcha.
But anyway.
There you have it.
But it takes a lot of energy to do the social thing. And he gave an example which I saw Davina immediately. He said, smile at the camera. It's a very difficult thing. If you see any picture of Davina where she's not trying to think of something funny to make herself laugh, it's this, he calls it a constipated look, which comes pretty darn close, because she does this grimace.
Yeah.
Because she can't figure out how to smile. He calls it an emotional dysphagia.
Yeah. And she used to know how to smile when she didn't think about it, when she just smiled. But when she, and still, if you see her and she's just being happy and she's not thinking about it, she smiles just fine.
Yeah. But it's almost, the way he described it is, they have difficulty labeling the emotions and finding the proper facial expression
Mm-hmm.
for it. And it's not even just other people's emotions; it's their own emotions.
Well,
as
and
well.
they can label it. If you show them a bunch of smiley
Yes.
faces, they know happy, smile, sad, frown. They know that.
But they don't necessarily
And
know
how
the
to do it.
degradation.
Yeah.
Uh,
Degradation?
Where you will go,
I know what you're saying. It's just the way you said it.
okay, maybe it's not degradation.
Degradation is destruction.
Okay, fine. You know what I mean. What was I trying to say? The different
Delineation?
delineation. Thank you. Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Like, they might know happy, but they wouldn't necessarily. They would have difficulty with the different levels of happy. He said he asked one person, "How do you feel about something?" And she was like, "Let me get back to you in an hour, and I'll be able to tell you exactly how I feel," because she needed to sort through it
See, Davina's
and
more,
think about it.
Davina's more likely to say something really forceful like,
Yes.
I despise and detest it, or I love it with all my heart. I mean, there's no
There's no in between.
middle ground.
And I'm not sure how much of that is.
Well, she's also a dramatic person.
Yeah, she's also a dramatic person. But he was talking about
You better find a breaking place. 'Cause
yeah, I guess I should hit some of this later.
Yeah. This is a knitting and crocheting podcast, but
This guy is very fascinating. A lot of it makes sense. Apparently he's done a lot of work in trying to help with socialization, so that way he doesn't expect to change. He just change a person. He just is trying to make it a little easier for them to cope and not get as drained.
Coping strategies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very good. I know that probably came off as very disjointed. I have a lot of notes. I was taking some of them while I was watching him. I'm learning a lot from him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to watch it. I don't have as much disposable time as Talia does at night, so it's hard for me to do that. And she's not finished with the first disc yet, so I haven't been able to watch it.
But that is Anthony Atwood. And Heidi, I can't remember the name of the person that you suggested. I believe that she was actually a speech pathologist, though, if I remember
I know
correctly.
she said something about Temple Grayson.
She did, but she mentioned something else in the mug thread.
I think she did. I don't remember what it was. We'll have to go back and look. 'Cause
Yeah.
she has a lot of good information.
Mhm.
Heidi does. Okay. How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I have 6.
I have 8.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
Do 2 in a row. Where's my water? Oh, there it is. Okay.
The first one is in the bunny bag. The Ploverbird sweater size Kissing Bunnies bag. One of the last bags I picked up from her before she closed her shop. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Rude child.
It's the tea.
It's a tea? That's not a tea.
But she, hopefully her shop will come back again. But the bag is actually kind of empty right now. All I have is yarn in here because I'm putting together pieces for the design.
If her husband's on 2-year rotation, they might be coming back pretty soon.
But yeah, this is beginning some work. Not as much as I would like because I've been focusing on other things. Davina is very disappointed because she wants the next toy that's coming down the pike.
Down the sluice.
So there's that.
One more.
One more. I guess that'll be the one I'm working on now. In the Autism Puzzle Pieces bag is the well, this is a Knitting My Bag. I have the one with the purple inside.
Mine's blue inside.
Purple. And this is GI Turtle, which is the Timmy the Turtle pattern that I wrote. I am using Baby Bee Sweet Delight, and the main colors are Baby Sage, Baby Camo, and Chocolate.
You should call it the chocolate turtle.
Well, chocolate's only the bottom.
Mm.
After this, I'll probably work DK toys sparingly because they do hurt my wrist.
Yeah, so Heidi's yarn will get a rest from our toys.
Yes. It'll be used for other projects.
Yes, because it's very nice.
Yeah, it's just that.
It hurts both of our wrists after. It's not Heidi's yarn. It's
No,
any
because
DK
it's any
weight.
DK weight.
Any DK weight in the round tends to bother our wrists.
Well, even it's gotten to the point where if I crochet anything.
Well, that's because you
in a
have you
smaller.
use that smaller handle than I do. I'm using the.
No, it's not. It's the motion.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because it.
And I actually don't like the crochet dudes. I've tried them.
Oh,
I don't like them.
I do like them.
It changes the way I grip. I don't like that.
I got an email from Crochet Dude. I'm sure everybody who's part of his blog or whatever did that. He is retiring. And stop that before I punch you in the nose. Yes, you. He is retiring, and so I picked up. You know, I want to pick up some more crochet hooks and things because I don't know if those are going away. But he's not going to be doing any more designing or anything under Crochet Dude. So
Yeah.
very sad.
Turtle head.
It's a disembodied head.
And I'm
Switch, switch, switch.
at the straightaway. Hold on. For the shell. It's actually going to be quite a bit smaller than the undead turtle, I think. And I think the one that I got the orange head for, the one of the same yarn, I'm going to have to wait a while to do.
I think this is a sport weight because usually baby stuff is sport, and I think undead yarn is DK.
Yeah.
So that might be one of the reasons too that we're, you know, it's a smaller.
Well, I didn't notice much of a difference when I did Brava Sport and the DK.
What do you mean?
I did a Brava Sport bunny and then undead
Well, yeah,
bunny.
but some of the Heidi's is a DK.
Yeah, but there wasn't much of a difference between Brava Sport bunny and Heidi.
Yeah,
bunny.
I always thought that Brava Sport was a little thicker though.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, it might be. So there it is. Not much change from last week because I haven't worked on a whole ton. Okay, your turn.
Okay. My first one is my What's in the Square blanket, and I'm not going to pick it up. It's kind of nicely folded into my Vera Bradley bag.
Yeah, you actually wanted to work on it this week.
Yeah, I worked a little bit on it. I got the log I was working on done, and I switched colors. I have not yet put appliques on. I have to research I think I'm going to use hearts. I have to research that a little bit, see what color I want to do and everything like that. But I'm trying to finish the whole blanket first. And I switched to, I think, the second green or blue-green or whatever it was log that I'm doing. I only did a little bit of work on it. But I'm still enjoying it. It's just not my priority right now. It's too hot to sit with a heavy worsted weight blanket on my lap. So
Well, your blanket's been getting more work than mine, mostly because I have things I want to get off the needle.
Well, that's what I'm doing too, though.
Yeah.
I'm getting things off as well. But I'm using an eye hook with that, just scrap yarns, and just my own pattern. I'm not. I thought that was my dad.
No, it's Savina. She noisily closed the trash
Okay.
can. You know, she can't
Yeah.
do anything quietly.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. I thought my husband was home, but he would be really early.
Yes, he would.
But it's my own pattern, kind of adapted from what I saw everybody else. I don't like sewing pieces together if I don't have to. So, and that's it.
Yep. So on to me. My next one I'm gonna show is, let's see, I guess it could be any of them now. Okay. This is the Scarlet Huntsman, which is a cloaked hood hoodie pattern by Shannon Mullet-Bowlesby, also known as Sheba Guys on Ravelry. I finished my swatch and I started on the ribbing. I got gauge, and the ribbing's going to be like this. So I'm working my way across. Unfortunately, because this is a thinner yarn and a smaller hook, I'm using an E-hook, I'm going to have to work only a few rows at a time because I start feeling it in my wrist, even with the mitt on.
It's going to be a plop.
Yeah. So
That doesn't mean we're stopping, Shannon.
it doesn't mean stopping, Shannon. It's just going to take me a long time. I just can't work very much at a time. It hurts me. And I need my wrist, not only for my other crafting, but for my job. So
It's very pretty.
it's very pretty so far. It's going to take a while. You're going to see a little bit of this every week. Because I worked a couple of rows today and I just had to stop.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely pattern.
It is. Okay, for
And
me.
this is in my
Kitties
Silver
in
Shed
News.
Kitties in the News bag.
Okay,
Hi.
for moi, let's see. I need my turtle bag. This is my Knitting in My Bag large sea turtle sweater bag, which I love. It's one of her bigger sweater bags when she had the sweater and then the large.
Mm-hmm.
And this has my my smaller version, same yarn that Talia is using for her turtle. I'm using for my turtle.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, this isn't hurting me. I'm just thinking,
God.
I want to get this done.
Yeah, because like Talia, I'm going to be doing very little in the way of DK or sport weight toys because it hurts my wrist. I'm trying to find my pieces here so I can show you. Where'd it go? There they are. There's one. I have 2 feet done here, and I haven't done the head yet because I was having difficulty with the head when I started. Not because it was hard pattern, but just because
You're inside out.
yeah, I know. Just because I was tired when I tried to start it, I decided I was going to do the shell first because I wanted to see the shell swirl. This is the yarn for the shell.
So you see, very different.
Okay.
Boy turtle, girl turtle.
And the yarn I'm using is the same as Talia's using in terms of the brand. I'm using, I don't know what I lost the ball band on this.
It's okay. It is the Baby Bee Sweet Delight.
Yeah, and I think
You have show notes.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I don't have the colorway though. I just have black hook and black yard. I didn't add it in. This is I was gonna say Berry Cute, but it's not. This is Berry Cute on it. I can't see.
Very Cute is the color, Mom.
Oh, okay. This color is Berry Cute. This one is
Grape jelly.
And I think the green is a sage.
Yeah,
Is it the same green that you're using? This here? No.
No.
Okay, well,
Whatever it is.
whatever it is, it is. So, Peapod.
Yeah.
Peapod. So I'm using an E-hook for this, like Talia is, and it is a little hard on the hands. But I'm enjoying the project. I want to get it done because then I won't do any more in this size for a long time, and I can give Sammy away.
I might kind of sort of have some chroma for a larger turtle.
Yeah, she tried to get me to buy one, so I'm not willing to do another turtle at this point.
Because it's worsted, so it won't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought initially that I would only want a small turtle, and then I was like, I want a large turtle. And I'd already, someone had already claimed my large turtle.
I told her I would give her mine, and she stuck up her nose.
I don't like the colors.
She stuck up her nose and
It's
said,
pink.
no, I don't
It's
want
pink.
it. She said, I don't want it. I don't like it.
It's pink.
So, I was very irritated with her. Flick.
Mine's gonna have an orange head.
Ew.
Mine's gonna have an orange head.
Ew.
Doesn't like you either.
Ew.
Its non-created self doesn't like you. I'm waiting. Knitpicks had a sale. If you bought a certain amount of yarn, you could get a free skein of chroma.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a turtle's worth of yarn and got a free chroma. So
And I had it all in my cart to do that. I'm like, I don't think I really want to do another full-size turtle, so
she didn't.
I didn't. I love the turtle. I'm going to finish this one and keep the small one because I already have a big turtle. His name is Toby.
Yes.
Sammy is going to go for pregnancy center.
I think that Mom's kind of hoping that once I have my large turtle, her Toby will stop being beaten up.
Yes.
It won't happen, but it just means I'll have 2 turtles to beat up.
No, Toby wants to get a relaxation. You're hurting Toby.
Heidi Berry. So.
Your turn.
Yes.
Enough meander blather.
The next one I'm going to speak on is All That Glitters. This is the Hitchhiker pattern by Martina Behm, and I'm using
I think it's Martina Behm.
Martina Behm.
I think that's how she says it.
I'm using Expression Fiber Arts Sparkle Sock Fingering in the colorway Joy to the World.
This is from a Christmas sale that she had.
And this yarn is not available anymore.
No.
Believe me, I looked. So what I'm going to do, because I want it to make it at least full size, is I have coming in some sparkly yarn. Either I have red sparkly and a gold, like a brownish goldish sparkly. And I will do one end in that. I think it'll look cooler if I have a brownish goldish sparkly.
Yeah, we go with silver.
I didn't want to emphasize the silver.
I like the silver.
I wanted to emphasize more of a gold.
Like the silver.
It's not bright enough.
I like the silver.
So there it is. I have
I don't think many more teeth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teeth. I'm supposed to do 42, at least. So there it is.
Is it asymmetric?
Yes, it is. Most people, I think, are familiar with the Hitchhiker.
I think so. Unless we have some newer members who might not be.
And there's my yarn.
Pretty pretty.
It's going to be a while in the making. And sometimes I have to be careful when I'm walking and knitting this because there is a extra strand of sparkle, and sometimes I'll split the yarn, so I have to take back the stitch and get that sparkle back, the sparkle strand. But I like it. It's pretty.
Pretty pretty.
I've gotten to the point where I've memorized the repeats. I just have to make sure I mark off, just so I know where I'm at, so I remember where to do my teeth. And they're looking pretty cool. Makes me think of a dinosaur.
Makes me think of a dragon.
That too. More of a dragon than dinosaur. You're right.
Okay. My next one is, where is it? Here. It's in my Funtific bag, one of my early bags.
That was in Birds in the Wire, Plover Birds.
My Funtific bag. I don't think she has sizes. It's just her bag. And this is my stylish shawl from the Shell Shawlette pattern by Susan Hilger. I'm using an F hook on this. And I had to think back on this because I thought I could live with the mistake I made on the edge and decided I couldn't. So I started it over. Not the whole project, but I think back about 3 rows. Bubbles.
Oh, Mom, waving at it doesn't do anything. There we go.
There we go. So I didn't do a whole lot. Well, I did a whole lot of work, but it was backwards work, and I'm about halfway to through what I had taped back or ripped back. So I still like this. This is Heidi's yarn. Her Undead.
Oh, sorry.
Fairy base in the Autism Awareness colorway, which I really love. It's very soft, and yeah. I'm gonna like wearing this if I keep it. I don't know if I'll be able to keep it or not. Depends on whether Davina wants it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a fun pattern. I have done it before, the pattern, and I enjoyed it then. I'm enjoying it now. And now
Meow.
I can't talk. Meow.
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 Okay, so let me mark off this round.
Pontific bag is going to go join its friends. There.
Your bags have friends.
They have my friends.
Your friends have
bags.
bags. They do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me just do a stitch.
A stitch in time says 9. 9 what? I don't know, but that's okay.
What are you talking about?
Haven't you ever heard that saying?
No.
Oh, you're illiterate. Heathen even.
Where does it come from?
I don't know where it comes from.
I think
I've
I
seen
made
it in
up.
several books, though. Usually it's when somebody's talking about something or other they should be doing and they're not doing it. And,
Okay.
such and
So,
such.
the next one I'm going to talk about is, whoops, Bastion, get up there. Okay. This is the Gaskell. Well, I've been calling this a nighttime reading shawl. Okay. The nighttime reading shawl, or the horse blanket shawl.
Yes, the horse blanket shawl.
Which is the Gaskell pattern by Sarah Jordan. I'm using brown sheep, lamb's pride worsted, in the colorway charcoal heather.
That makes me hot just looking at it.
It'll be good though for reading in bed.
Mm-hmm. It'll be good in the wintertime, in the fall.
So,
Wow.
it's going to be long. I've done all the increases now. After this point, I'm just going straight away for a little bit, and then I'll be doing decreases.
Did you pick up stitches, or is there a yarn over on this edge?
It is a short row.
So how did you get the?
The short row.
Oh, okay. Because I see the little like. Okay.
There's increases there.
Oh, okay, okay. I was
Increases
wondering.
in short row.
I mean, I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just curious how you got it.
Got the edging look.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's short rows and increases.
Probably really nice in a royal blue.
So there it is. It's gotten a lot of work. I've been wanting to finish this. Once I get to the decreases, I'm hoping it'll go a lot faster.
Very pretty.
Because then the stitches will be steadily,
This
going down.
is very heavy. It feels slightly softer than a horse blanket. It's about the same weight or heaviness.
Mm-hmm.
It's very warm.
So, it's gotten quite a bit of work, I think.
Is this where the neck is here?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gotten a lot of work. I might not have it until the cold weather.
That's what it's important to have it.
And it is living in my Silver Shed bag. This is the XX large. This is the Froggies.
Yeah, colorful froggies.
So there they go. And
Exotic froggies.
They should be flying Froggies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my next project is my Between Friends project from the Friendship Shawl pattern by Kim Guzman, and it is still in my Knit Is My Bag Angel bag, even though I should probably change it out.
You've been working quite a bit on that.
Yeah, I did some work on this, and I have finished the body. I'm getting ready to turn to do the first edge.
It really is more of a stole than anything
It
else.
is a stole. Yes, it is. So you can see that you can see by all my markers that I did come up with the proper count, so that's good. I have to turn, not turn as I would to go across again, to turn it vertically, so I'm working one of the side edges, so I can work that edge, and then when I'm done with that, I'll have to fasten off and pick up stitches on the other edge, and then once that's finished, I'll be done. So this is very warm as well. I'm enjoying this project. It takes a long time, not because it's difficult necessarily. It's a little hard on my hands. Bobbles hurt my hands a little bit, but they didn't do it until I hurt my hand to begin with.
Right.
So I really like this, and if it wasn't so time consuming, leave my veins alone.
You're really hydrated today.
I don't feel hydrated today.
Well, you look really hydrated today.
Listen, vampire, leave my veins alone.
I put like an 18 in there.
Put an 18 in your head. So this is, if it wasn't so time consuming, I wouldn't mind doing this for a blanket or for a bedspread or something, because it's so pretty. And I don't know if it would hold up the definition in a lighter weight, but it would be really pretty as a tablecloth or something, or a heavy table runner. But yeah, I think listen, I'm using the yarn is Lion Brand Woolly Solids, as near as I could tell, Heathers and Twists. I got most of it down at the bottom of the hill. I did pick up a couple extra skeins because I looked like I was running low. So if I have any left over, maybe I'll do some mitts. Maybe
Right.
the same pattern for the mitts, I don't know. And it's the Fisherman Called Away, and I'm enjoying it. I love it.
And that's what's... Good job, you shook the camera. Sorry, guys.
Sorry if it makes you sick.
So, next one I'm going to talk on is in the Batman bag. This is Obsidian, which is a calligraphy cardigan, and this is a Silver Shed bag. And the pattern for the calligraphy cardigan is by Hannah Fettig. Yes, I got it the first time.
Mm-hmm. Not fatigue.
Yes. This is, I'm using Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the colorway Obsidian. And
A lot of blacks and grays going on here.
oh, there goes my hook. Let me just...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I have finished. I've done my last decrease. I will be working straight for a few rows, and then I'll be doing increases. My sweater will be a little shorter than the average sweater. I like my sweater to end a little higher. I've got fairly wide hips, and I don't like emphasizing them.
So you like a crop sweater, but not a bolero.
Yeah. It ends just above my, just around my pant line.
Waist.
So, that was something that I learned from Fit to Flatter. It was a class, I can't remember the one who teaches it. I remember when the book came out, when it was just an online book. Then I ordered the actual book when she got it published, and then I picked up the Craftsy class. So I've been involved with that since the very beginning.
Right.
back when it was still a downloadable book. I can't remember if I paid something for it at the time, though. But one thing I learned is, that's something that works a little bit better for me. And I do, the first sweater, well, I did with my red sweater that I wear all the time with the cables across here, the antler cardigan. I actually did shaping on a non-shaped sweater for that one. And for my green sweater, not the Vivian, but for the Villainous, I call it the Villainous, that was a colorway, box elder cardigan. It was supposed to be longer. I cropped it to here, and it's one of the sweaters that fits me the best. So I will be doing that again with this. I'll be going to about 15, it was either 15 or 16 inches. I think it was 16 inches from underarm to hem. So I'm not there yet.
Not even a bolero yet.
Yes. So, but it's come along. This is usually what I do if I have any downtime at work while I'm watching the monitors. So, we had a lot of downtime recently. I know it's not going to last long, so I enjoyed it while I could. And the Batman is going to go flying.
Okay, in my Cloverbird medium cute little owls bag that Davina gave me, as everybody knows Davina gave me for Christmas this year, is my handbrake cowl by Kay and Dan Jones. I'm going to keep saying that because that's apparently the way I roll. I did a fair amount of work on this. I'm still not anywhere near finished because I don't knit very fast. I think I'm at about 4.5 inches out of 7 before I start the garter, the other side of the garter edge here. But let's see here.
Did I miscount the number of projects I have? Because somehow we both have 2 bags left.
So it's coming along really well. One of my bags is an FO.
Oh, okay.
So it is coming along very nicely. I did cast on the 220 stitches. I must have been insane, but I did it, and I'm enjoying this. This is fun for me. I just have to make sure I'm not sleepy, because I still need to pay attention a little bit, just because I'm a new knitter. And there's my round marker. These are orange jelly bean markers.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Orange jellyfish, I think.
Orange jellyfish, yeah. I really like her stitch markers. They don't snag, and they're very lightweight, so I really like them a lot. They're very well constructed. The yarn is Miss Babs Yowzawood Skein in the slate colorway, and I like it. It's got a little bit of blue that doesn't really show up on the monitor. It looks a lot more gray. It does have quite a bit of gray, but it's like they say, slate. It has that slate blue gray color, and I really
more
like
gray
it.
than blue, though.
More gray than this one's more gray than blue, and I like it a lot. And I'm using, I think, size 7s. Yes, size 7, 4.5mm needles.
After this podcast, I'll probably stop working on this turtle.
You're starting to bother you?
It's a little stiff, but nothing too serious. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is Hatshepsut's Gold, which is the Messalina pattern by Kay of Bakery Bears. She's known as Bryony Bear on Ravelry. Davina calls this pattern Carmelita because she can't quite remember the name Messalina.
You should probably just call it Carmelita.
But so she'll say, "Oh, how's the Carmelita going?"
She's very good at
she likes knowing.
encouraging.
Yeah, she likes knowing what the name of the pattern is. Oops.
Hook down.
Yes, let me. Locking stitch markers are awesome.
Yes, they are.
They could just. Oh, this is to Tilly Trout. I noticed, and actually Kay does this as well, I think, where they'll pull out a huge loop while they're showing something so it doesn't come undone. What Mom and I do is, when we pack away our project, we just put a locking stitch marker in there.
Yeah, either a big one. I use a big one most of the time because I like to differentiate it from the
I
others.
just tend to
But
use a green one to mark the beginning of, or use one color to mark the beginning round and another color to
whichever
mark my
works.
stitch that I hold.
Whichever works.
But yeah, then you can pull and yank all you want, and your stitches won't come out. It just holds it. So
And it's really helpful.
but
You can even use a safety pin, but I recommend those
yes,
because safety pins, they sometimes get stuck in that little.
yes, and I have used safety pins in a pinch. When I was in New York, I needed a stitch marker, and I just went down to the hotel lobby, picked up some safety pins, and made it work.
Yeah, I sometimes will use bobby pins. They'll
You
work
see,
too.
my hair I think was shorter at that point,
Yeah.
so I didn't, and I don't usually use bobby pins anyway.
Yeah.
So this is Hatshepsut's Gold. Using Miss Babs Yazawada Skein in the colorway Squash Blossom. I love this color.
It's very pretty, very bright.
And I am very close, I think. Well, not very.
Well, it depends what size. You said you weren't sure what size
Yeah.
you're going to do.
If I stick to the size that the pattern calls for, and I'm not sure if I'm going to increase or not. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 rows away, not counting the edging. So, that's fairly close. If I do that, it'll be something more that I can wear around my neck, which I might as well do. I haven't decided yet.
If you do what?
If I do what she tells me to.
Right.
So I haven't decided yet. I really like it. I probably will just stick with the size that she suggests because Vivina has been making noises about how she loves this yarn so much. And I should make something for her out of that yarn. Even though I had picked this up specifically for myself.
If I make it, I think I'll make the bigger one.
Yeah.
Because she won't like the color I'm doing anyway. Although, if I use that bright blue, she might decide she likes it.
But I really love this very much. I'll decide when I get to that point if it's big enough for me. But I tend to wear a lot around my neck because that's where I'll get cold. And this would be nice around my neck too. So there it is. It's very beautiful.
Voila.
Voila.
Okay, my last project as a whip is my Colonial Blue sweater. It's from the beginning cardigan pattern, beginner cardi pattern by Shannon Mullet Bowlesby. And this is not the one I did last time. He has 2 of them. This is from his book. And I finished the first gauge swatch with an F hook, with an E hook. It was supposed to be an F hook. I did an E hook. I think I might have gauge. I'll have Ty look at it.
Oh,
after
that'd
I'm
be
done.
so good, Mom.
I am having a little problem with this yarn seeing the foundation single crochet. I'm going to try it again. This I managed to get. I might have to do it in the sunroom again. But I like the fabric that I get with this hook, so I'm hoping I can manage it to just make the sweater out of this with this hook. And this yarn is Cascade 220 Sport Superwash in the Colonial Blue Heather, hence the name Colonial Blue sweater. And you can see the pattern. Go back a little bit. Focus.
That might be as much as it's going to.
There
we go.
There it goes. So I really like it, and the pattern is easy enough. It's just a matter of getting the other swatch done to see if I get the gauge on both of them. Same gauge.
Matchy.
Yes, it's in my Star Wars, my Silver Shed.
One of our Star Wars
Star
Silver
Wars
Shed.
bags. Yeah, one of my Star Wars Silver Shed bags.
And I think they have another one up.
Do they really?
Well,
You hear that, Mary?
Because they had the Millennium Falcon on it. Remember I told you about that the other day. I was trying to tempt you.
Yeah, I'm using my Notions pouch.
Or Dan, you could. Although you have a bag maker right there.
That's what I was saying last time we talked about it. See, I've got my stitch markers and my other hook and my tape measure in here, and I've got my notebook on the outside because it has a little wire on the top and I don't want it catching my yarn. So it goes in here. I've got 3 skeins of yarn, 4 skeins of yarn in here plus the project. I still have plenty of room. And this, I think, is the 1X.
I believe you're right.
So I'm enjoying this. Again, Shannon, I will move as quickly as I can with this. I'm doing okay with my wrist right now. I do have to baby it, but I am going to do this.
Well, your yarn is bigger than mine.
It is a little bigger, but I am still using an E-hook.
Yeah.
So we will work on that. We will work the problem. I am enjoying it very much.
Okay. So, this is the one that I'm really excited about. Allison, are you listening?
That would be Allison Roseboom.
I've been showing progress pictures of this on Instagram.
She issued a
Challenge.
She threw down the gauntlet. It made a loud noise.
It did.
I don't know what you put in it.
This is the Fisherman's Cardigan. It's a Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen. And I'm using Barocco Comfort Chunky in the barley colorway. So, I have gotten to the point where I've separated the fronts from the back.
And she's decided to put a pink stripe in it.
No, that's just my
I know what it is.
So, it's a bit of an odd construction. In most sweaters, this would have been where I put the armholes on.
Mhm.
But I'm just separating the fronts, and I'll go from there. The shoulders are going to be going over.
It's very strange.
So,
well, that's pretty.
I'm at the point where I'm only working one chart now. The back cable chart.
Very nice.
So the front cables, the fronts are on hold until I'm done with the back. So I only have, it might go a little quicker. I'm not sure if it'll get much work tonight because I'm supposed to be talking to people on the phone. But I only have one cable to work, off of one chart to work at this point, so that's kind of cool. I mean, it's a more complicated one, but
Well, it can't be bored.
there we go. It makes me happy. And it's definitely at a sweater length.
Very nice.
And it's about where I would end it. It's 15.5 inches.
Yeah, I think you said you wanted to be a little bit more because we measured you.
No, this is, I didn't change this.
Oh, okay.
This is for the pattern.
Gotcha.
It
It matches me, so that means it must be mine. See, it matches
Cat.
mine. It matches me. Mine.
You won't get this.
Even if I do the spoiled bunny stuff.
Especially if you do spoiled bunny style.
Here, she'll do it for me.
Oh, she is so cute. So,
Our menagerie.
yes, this has gotten a lot of work. I feel like I'm finally seeing a light at the end of the tunnel since I'm at the point where it's not just a big blanket anymore. Although I think I will after I finish this, I will probably start another complex cable thing, even if it's not a sweater, just so that way I keep my hand in cables, because when I'm tired, cables keep me awake.
Well, I'm looking forward to taking, I believe it's Shannon's class on cables for crochet, so I could get the solace done. I've done
I
cables.
have absolutely no desire to do crochet cables.
They're a little harder, I think, than knitting cables, but not a whole lot.
And also, crochet charts kind of scare me.
I'm not going to do charts. It's just, well, Shannon might take me through charts, but
because charts are a little easier for
I think
cables.
so. I think so. They're less confusing.
So,
Okay.
this is in the Creepy Llamas bag
Ploverbird.
by Ploverbird. So, it's gotten quite a bit of work. I'm very happy with that.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it for me. Hi, Bastion.
Do you have any photos?
None.
Okay, on the bookshelf.
I thought I was going to have a chance of maybe finishing Messalina, but I didn't.
This is my 1X Star Wars bag, and my FO. You will recognize it, I believe. It is my Spring Thaw shawl. It's the Scrap Shawl by Anastasia Zattel. I did use a different yarn for.
I think that was a good choice.
Yeah, because I wanted to use almost the whole. I wanted to use as much of the ball as I could of my Reflections at Rockland. This is what I had left. I was pretty sure it wouldn't go around the shawl again, and I used Happy Feet Plymouth yarn for the border. This is about half of the skein, I think, after I did the edging. And it's a pretty good size. I have not blocked this. I'm not sure that I'm going to block it. It's fairly good size, even without blocking, as you can see.
I have to switch projects. My twist is getting tired of the crochet.
See? Oh, I like this. It's nice and warm. Well, it's very lightweight, but it's enough that it keeps like the air conditioner off or whatever. My husband said, you know how I feel about variegated yarn, but I actually like this.
Does he use the term variegated?
No, I think he calls it
Speckled
or multicolored or whatever he calls it. But anyway, he doesn't care.
He just makes a face.
But I like it, and I think...
And that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I think that the border came out well
I think so too.
for this color. I thought about doing more on the border, but to be honest, I just wanted to finish it because I have so many things, not because I was tired of the pattern, but because I wanted to do other things. I have 2 sweaters I need to work on. I have other shawls that have to be getting done. I have, other projects that are coming up along the pike that I have to finish, so I needed to get this one off the hook. And I don't think I'm going to block it. I think it's fine the way it is.
That works.
So
There's no reason to block it.
yeah.
Not unless you wanted it larger.
And I might do that later, but I don't feel like doing it right
Right.
now. Okay.
Okay, so...
Royalties?
Oh yeah, I don't have any royalties yet.
Okay, I do.
I have yarn that's coming in, but it hasn't arrived
I
yet.
need to step out of the frame to get the box. Okay. You saw Davina's royalty from the lovely Julie, who is Jules 9. We got from, and I forgot to ask if it was okay. Shelley, I'm sorry if it's not okay. Shelley sent us a package. It made our day. She's an author. I didn't realize it. So she sent us a copy, 2 copies actually, of her book for Mike. And I believe it's a mystery. I haven't had a chance to start it yet because I'm in the middle of something else. With buttons, yes. I believe this is out of print, but she's considering, I believe, doing an ebook version of this.
I always suggest doing an ebook version because I know personally I can knit and read her ebook at the same time.
Yeah, I would suggest that she go ahead and do that, Shelley, and I answered that from her. She made a nice little note, a very nice little note, and then she remembered our love of old books. This is The Little Flower of the Blessed
I wanna
Sacrament.
smell it.
Hold on. This doesn't have it. Smell the inside of it. There you see it.
Oh, there we go.
This is The Little Flower of the Blessed Sacrament. So this is a book about Saint Teresa of Lisieux. You can't see it.
The little flower.
It's not going to focus. Come on.
That might be as much as it's going to
Yeah,
focus.
it's a shame because the picture's kind of nice. And there's an inscription on here to dear Clara, with best Christmas wishes, sister. I can't read Ida or something like that.
No,
1926.
it's sister, December.
December 26th. It's very hard for me to read without my glasses. So it was given as a gift in 1926. It was written in 1925 by Benzinger Brothers, which is a very
Was
good...
producing it by the Benzinger Brothers. Reverend Joseph Hustlin.
Right. It was put out by the
Right.
Benzinger Brothers, yes.
SJ,
That's the Jesuits.
okay.
This is a very good publishing house, a Catholic publishing house. And the pictures in here, and I'm afraid to read it too much because I don't want to damage it.
I mean,
It is
1925.
It's 1925.
That's pre-World War II. That's
it's just
around the period of World War I.
It's absolutely
If I remember
gorgeous.
correctly.
I mean, it is. I'll probably put up on our altar, I think, instead of in our bookshelf because with our old books, because this is just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you'll be able to see this picture. I just love the black and white, the old. It's not going to focus. It's a shame, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It's a very beautiful little book, and I'm tickled that she thought of us
Yes.
for it. It's just amazing. For all these, it's very nice. She made our day.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Shelley. That's with buttons. And then I got my yarn support. You saw the color of my sweater that I'm making. I got several skeins of Cascade Yarn 220 Superwash Sport, and this is the Colonial Blue Heather color. Okay, and I got several skeins of that. Then I went to Walmart. I picked up a bunch of Crochet Dude hooks because I was afraid they would go away. And then I picked up Love of Crochet. I don't usually pick up magazines, but the last several patterns in the back caught my attention, and I wanted to have it in case I wanted to make it. Not a whole bunch of them, but a few of them. There's one in particular, several little sweaters that are one piece, and they're lightweight. a little stole type of shawl. This is what I thought was really cute. It's kind of like a Zuzu's Petals, but not quite as lacy, and it's crocheted, and it's very cute. It says to use cotton. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to show you and the construction there, the back of it. So it is put together, and it has some really nice patterns. I don't see this magazine very often, so when I do, I take a good look at it, because I have a tendency to like things in here, at least enough to pick up the magazine. So I picked up that, and that's the extent of my stashing hampers. Very quick. Okay.
Autobiography. Worked a little bit on the shared story. Read a bit of the first King of Shannara, and The Woman Who Would Be King by Hatshepsut, and that's by Kara Cooney. And then I've been reading a little bit of The Good War by Studs Terkel. That's short sections. It's like the chapters are small.
Right. Okay. Well, I did a very small amount of writing in preparation for when I get the shared story. Yeah. I had one of my characters told me that something was going to happen, so I had to write it down.
And you're not very pleased about what's going to happen because of that.
No, I'm not. Neither is she, but that's okay. I wrote about a little less than 430 words to a free write. I haven't finished it yet, and I did a critique for the Writers Village for someone who put a chapter in for critique. So I got a fair amount of writing done. I'm almost finished with the novel we're reading. What's it called?
First King of Shannara. The problem is neither of us like the main character.
We don't care for the main character, and it's hard for us to get through it. But I like the people surrounding him at this point. So
yeah, I haven't reached as much with them, so it's a little hard.
So I'm powering through it. I have about 4% of the book,
and I'm also reading multiple books at the same time.
Well, so am I. I'm also reading St. Francis de Sales, and I have some other things that I'm reading that aren't books, but they're things to do with my HFI and things like that. So I have things that I'm reading, and I also don't have as much time to read.
Yeah.
But so I did some reading as well. We got a lot accomplished in terms of just about everything, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that we need to?
No, I think we might actually finish before Dad gets home.
Yeah, that would be something. Okay. We're thankful for all of our donors for the yarn that you gave us, or the project bags, patterns, all that.
People who put in for the merchandise for the Franciscan Gypsy Designs or Penhook and Needles. The vast majority of you seem to want the mugs. We haven't yet decided when we're going to get all that together. We're just gathering our information right now. Mom and I have to talk about, collating that information and actually sending out the stuff.
Because now we know what you want.
Yeah.
So, because we don't want to offer things that aren't, that there isn't a demand for.
Yeah. It seems like the vast majority of you, like I said, want both mugs, and that's probably what we'll offer at this point.
Right. If you find later on that you want something else, just, PM us and let us know, and we'll see if that's doable.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to thank Tracy from the Tea Plays Nice podcast. She mentioned our Autism Awareness Cal on her podcast. Appreciate that, Tracy. Thank you. And remember, Tracy, that if you do have something bright colored that you've been working on, you could go ahead and post it. It doesn't have to be specifically for our Cal.
And it doesn't have to be finished.
It doesn't have to be finished, as long as you've been working on it somewhere between April and June, the end of June. So,
is that it? That's it for me.
Okay, I do want to thank Barbara Burdick, Michelle Kale, and Jen Bolton for their kind words and comments on YouTube. And I think it was Jen who said that she saw us, she heard of us via Valeria. That's why she watched. So we're glad that you ran into Valeria, and
yeah, I think she met her through Tilly Trout.
Yeah, through Tilly Trout. So we look forward to seeing you when you decide to join. Hopefully, we'd like to see you here officially if that's what you want to do, because we'd love to have you be able to have a chance at winning prizes as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today, whatever this day is for you all. And we wish you a week full of fun things, of blessings and crocheting and knitting and whatever it is that makes you happy. This is Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 157, and that's a wrap.